Welcome to the GoalZero Toolbox Talk series. Today's Toolbox Talk: Electrical Grounds and Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. How many times have you found the ground prong missing from an electrical tool or extension cord? Your answer is probably too many. The regulation requires that the path to ground from circuits, equipment, and enclosures shall be permanent and continuous. Many times, on a construction site, due to the frequency and severity of use, electrical equipment that was originally designed and provided with an electrical path to the ground is not capable of transferring fault current to the ground because the ground prong has been accidentally or intentionally broken off. The electrical path to ground, sometimes known as the ground wire, is provided to transfer the fault current to the ground if an exposed part of the piece of equipment is energized by the hot conductor or wire in the system. In the case of an electric drill motor, it might be energized by the fault current if the internal windings met the case. If this happened and the equipment ground was not continuous, the path of least resistance from the drill to the ground would be through the user's body. The hazards of not having a continuous ground are numerous, including electrical shock with injuries ranging from minor burns to death, and the possibility of a fire or explosion. Electrical shock is often the initiator of other types of injuries, from employees being shocked and failing from elevated places to others who have been hurt when struck by a handheld tool that was dropped when the user was shocked. It is important to recognize the value of always inspecting your electrical equipment before use for defects, such as ground prongs, frayed cords, cracked tool casings, etc., which indicate that the tool should be taken out of service. And don't forget to mark the defective tool with a tag to prevent another worker from grabbing the tool and using it. Another safety measure is to try to use a double insulated tool whenever possible. These tools protect the user from fault current. Double insulated tools must be distinctively marked. According to the National Electrical Code, a ground fault is a conducting connection, whether intentional or accidental, between any electric conductor and any conducting material that is grounded or that may become grounded. Electricity always wants to find a path to the ground. In a ground fault, electricity has found a path to the ground, but it is a path the electricity was never intended to be on, such as through a person's body. Because of this potential for shock, GFCI protection is used to protect human life. The GFCI will sense the difference in the amount of electricity flowing into the circuit to that flowing out, even in amounts of current as small as 4 or 5 milliamps. The GFCI reacts quickly, less than 1/10 of a second, to trip or shut off the circuit. There are 3 types of GFCIs. The most often used receptacle type GFCI, like a common wall outlet, is the type with which most consumers are familiar. Additionally, circuit breaker GFCIs are often used as replacements for standard circuit breakers and provide GFCI protection to all receptacles on that individual circuit. Temporary or portable GFCIs are frequently used in construction and in outdoor settings with electric tools, mowers, trimmers, and similar devices. They should not be used as a permanent alternative to a regular GFCI. Temporary GFCI should be tested prior to every use. GFCI should be tested monthly to ensure they are in working condition. Whether you have a receptacle or circuit breaker GFCI, pushing the test button should turn off the power to the circuit.